Welcome back, everybody, to the MAC Teambuilder Dynasty.
Yeah, we're going to go straight into the coaching changes. So Malcolm R. Boudreaux, our guy from Akron, is going to leave and go to West Virginia. We got Reagan Hawker, former coordinator at Ohio Western, now the head coach at Wake Forest. So you got a couple. Those are really interesting coaching.
Emory Wilkins as well has now gone from Ohio Western too, out at Missouri. Tavian Leaf, we're going to convince him to stay. He was projected, I believe, in round 3, so he said, "No, you're probably gonna be like round 2."
Tell him you're gonna win the Heisman.
Yeah, that's a good promise to try to keep.
That's what we do. We lie.
We lie out of our butt. All right, Easton Buchanan had a great season last year. 31 touchdowns, 7 picks, over 3,000 yards. He is now leaving. He would probably be likely to go to the NFL draft. Next up, we've got Alpina. We've got Max Chavez, fullback, one of their better players, allowing for that run game to open up. He's gone. Aiden Oliver is apparently transferring, but we'll talk about that in a minute, as he is going to stay. Prince Ebo, high draft pick here in his next phase. So he's looking pretty good. 7 sacks last season. Jamario Jett over $1,000 in receiving yards and double-digit touchdowns in the past 2 seasons.
Nicodemus wants to leave. You're going to win the Heisman, yo. Come on.
Nah.
Oh, that's too realistic. 3rd-round draft pick.
You got to make sure that he's gonna stick around.
He just wounded his ego, and now he really wants to come back.
Hey, millions of dollars is millions of dollars.
Yeah, a couple players leaving, like Micah St. Julian. That's going to hurt. Other than that, good riddance.
Yeah, nothing really to talk about as far as your guys that are leaving.
Go
so
suck somewhere else.
A couple guys that we've come to know and love, like CJ Switzer, 2 touchdowns last season, 2 touchdowns the year before, and he never reached over 500 rushing yards in a season. So it just goes to show you how bad our team has been in all facets of the game. Jefferson Tatum, probably one of our better all-around defensive players. No sacks last season, but he had 4 deflections and 4 forced fumbles as well. It's a very well-rounded player. Now, as you know, we can't take on any transfers from Season 1 to Season 3, and this hurts because all these freshmen here, you have any idea how much that hurt us right there?
That hurts you a lot.
A lot. So now, guys, we're going to jump right into recruiting. We're moving fast through here. We got Jamar Lance, Timmy Klink. Those are 2 custom prospects coming over to Southern Michigan. Couple guys that didn't commit, such as Tito Ramos, Nick Lane, Billy Smith, Juan Cena. A couple of those guys are custom players, but we will be renaming some of these freshmen that come over here to take over those players that didn't commit. Leviticus Skittle, you were in on him, I was in on him, but somehow UL Monroe just swooped in.
Yeah.
Swooped in.
There's Steve Lundy. No, but that's too bad. There's some kind of glitch going on. Alpina cleaned up in their recruiting. Leon Pollard, they should have won out on Leon Pollard. He was a 5-star running back. But Marcus Fudge, they've had him for a while. A lot of good players on this board for the Alpacas. A lot of holes that they can fill up. And I kind of like that one. Early Landrum. There's a name for
you. It's a great name. Ohio Western time. Defensive tackle Brian Barnett was considering Ohio State. Very interesting that they were able to grab him. Toshane Maysofli, that is a custom player, as you might expect. A couple battles that they lost against Baylor. So where did Baylor come from? I have no idea. But Ohio Western going to lose out there. They got a solid class. I wouldn't say that it was too special, but it was just enough to get some depth pieces. Alpina probably beat them on the recruiting trail, but Ohio Western didn't slack, I would say. You get Tom Cloutier, you get Kepa, the kicker.
Yeah, I would have liked... There's a glitch right there. That was supposed to be you.
That's us. We're taking credit for Sherrod Johnson.
Sherrod Johnson was supposed to go to Southern Michigan, but
you got Dingle.
Quandale Dingle. I like him at linebacker. He's probably going to get a lot of playing time. Tito Ramos. We're going to try to get him on our team. Custom guy there. So Ramos... he might get some playing time at some point in his career. Who knows? Chan Buttermilk. We beat you for Chan Buttermilk.
Yeah, but we get Juan Cena and Billy Smith.
Ooh, Lawrence Toth. Yeah. No, this is too bad. So now we got a couple of those extra stars for recruiting. CPU fills in. They had to sign a couple guys that are too good for us, so we might have to cut them. And you actually beat us out. I was a little disappointed. Alpena gets the #1 class in the country.
4 5-stars, 6 4-stars. Crazy. And then they got the depth with the 3-stars. They're the 7 3-stars. That's crazy. But as we move down here, we're going to try to find Ohio Western. Like, where did they rank? Where did they fall into the mix?
Oh, come on.
I know it's disappointing, but they're kind of in the middle of the pack here at 55th. They got 10 3-stars. So, again, kind of underwhelming, but it's not like they did a terrible job.
Yeah, I think you might see more dividends next year. You know, obviously them winning the MAC is a little unexpected, but you see the guys there. May Softly, I think, is the star recruit in this class, and then Alpena, running backs and athletes all over the place. This is too much.
And then...
No, what's the problem, Barry?
We need 38 home runs, 120 RBIs, and 47 doubles to replace.
The problem we're trying to solve is that there are rich teams and there are poor teams. Then there's 50 feet of crap, and then there's us. It's an unfair game.
Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. 50 feet of crap and then us.
Yeah, and I mean, some of the high star guys there, those will have to be the renames for the new running backs that didn't end up signing with us. Looks like we may have found something here with Wyatt Pico, a receiving back. We're going to shift him over to wide receiver and see if something can happen there.
Now here's a punter, Jerome Hall. We have a kicker, we have a punter. I think we're fine there, so we're just going to have to move him over to another position and rename him for one of the guys that didn't sign, like Juan Cena, Billy Smith, Patrick Wheeler, some other guys like that. So the dudes that we didn't go after, that the CPU signed, we're just basically going to rename them. And then change the overall, of course, because we don't want to throw that off. Yeah. But we did get Timmy Klink. You guys saw that. He's going to have to get moved down to a 55, because as you know, you get recruited here, you sign here as a patron. That restriction will get relieved eventually, but we got to move you guys down just a touch, by 10 actually. That's kind of a lot. But let's go over here to Alpena and talk about some of the changes that they have. They signed a ton of athletes.
Yeah, they got a lot of options here. Looking at offensive line, Matt Rawls, 77 wideout. I think that's the play, unless he can tackle. And he can't tackle. So, wide receiver, Mo Fields. Pretty good quarterback prospect. 76 at wideout. Can he tackle? Can he tackle? No. Probably going to play wide receiver. There you go. Marcus McCray out of Pennsylvania. So keep in mind, all these guys, we're going to get them renamed once we do our live stream. Those are always a lot of fun. Might stick him at QB. You know, we'll see here. Adam Powers. This guy's got to play defense. There you go. Cornerback, safety, maybe. He's got good speed, 94 speed. So let's go for it. Mike Hummeler. Can he tackle? Can he do anything? Not great.
He gets a +1 at running back here, so we'll see if that's what you decide to do, and it is. Look at that, Matt Rodriguez, number 74 athlete. Very quickly did we see Matt Alvarez get moved over, or Matt Rodriguez, I should say.
Ooh, we got a tackler.
No, actually, we didn't move him. Here, where are we going here? Linebacker? There we go. Yeah, okay. All right. It's time for training results, my friends. What is Alpena looking like? What's our teams looking like?
Well,
gotta figure that out. Look at, they're just so loaded. I think if you scrolled all the way down to the bottom here, their worst player is a 68.
I think they got to make it happen because, you know, that first recruiting class wasn't too great. And the guys that we made, they're starting to get flushed out here. So, got to make it count here. Nicodemus Bloodsaw, pretty good. We got a punter. There's our weapon, D'Andrea Mateo, and
you guys
Doubleday. So we got a couple things.
You guys are light years beyond where we are. Like, it's not even close. You have a 90 with Bloodsaw. You got some 80, some high 80s in there. We're not even close. Ohio Western, they match up again fairly nicely. They did lose a lot, but I think that they match up nicely with Alpena here again. If again, you go scroll, I loved looking at the depth of the entire roster. If you scroll down all the way, I think that their worst player is like a 64. But take a look at where we're at. We need to pump it up. We need to get some workouts in, guys, because man, we're just not good. You've got the you got the 90s, the high 80s. We got high 70s.
I mean,
is our best
I told
player.
you to make your team bad. You didn't have to make them that bad.
I made them pretty awful.
Or that senior laden.
Yeah.
Because a lot of starters year one are not here anymore. So.
Yeah, but now we move on to cuts. Who are we going to cut? And unfortunately, Alpena, this is kind of the issue when we have a community rename. we're going to have to consider some hard calls have to be made here. And we got to cut Taco Shell.
Oh, Taco Shell.
And you know what I'm thinking about?
Maybe he comes back, though.
I was thinking about that. Maybe we get these guys back over
what about Coleslaw?
To us. Come over here.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. You want to get cut by Alpina? You can come over here and play.
Yeah. Eddie Steele, you're gone. You got a couple cuts to make. This shouldn't be too hard. But I got one player. Oh, yeah, I forgot about you. Blah, blah. Forgot about him.
Mr. Blah, blah. All right, so now that that has been taken care of, we got to reveal some of your prospects that were created and where they went. So they could not stick in the MAC. They went elsewhere because the CPU decides it. And letting you guys know, we are changing your commitment, obviously, because we want you guys to be inside the MAC so we can get some gameplay of you. Some of you guys did commit inside the MAC, so we don't have to worry about that. But guys like Kirby, Lane, Iverson, Schaefer, Black, Geronimo Legions is fine, Connor Roberts is fine. So we're going to have to go into DB Editor, the database editor that the mod allows you to manipulate some things, and shift you over to the second place team. Same thing over here with Aiden Oliver. He transferred in the DB Editor. You can move this around, but I wanted to show you at least where he's going. It's official that that's where he went. So Iverson's is kind of a special case. He's going to go to Team 3. He's not going to go to Team 2 for Southern Michigan. We've got Tiger Kirby here. Next MAC team available there at number 2 is Western. Lane was a special case. He actually considered a lot of Big 12 schools, but he's going to Central. John Wood, we actually pulled off of John Wood since we were kind of getting close to the patron mark, and he's going to go over to Eastern. Now, I want to talk to you guys about channel points, our channel point system here. If you play in channel points, you get the opportunity to upgrade your players. If you have players inside of our series, this is what you're able to do. It's actually a pretty cool concept. We're actually going to do this for one player per season per package. So if you guys need a reminder of how this works, you have channel points, you play in contests, you get questions correct, you earn points. You can spend those channel points on either buying a player or you can upgrade players at a cost for channel points. Using one package, using one of those purchases, you can upgrade your players once per player, once per season. And what's cool about this is outside of the game, it progresses you kind of slowly. You can expedite the process and get a better player out of it. So now that it's year 3, we don't have a win to speak of. We're going a little aggressive and we're trying to win some states. Because if you guys remember the recruiting rules, if you can go on the road and you can get a win in another state, like Florida or Louisiana or even Arkansas, right? But we're playing Arkansas State. They're coming out to our place. But if you can get a win on the road in a state, we can unlock that state.
Yeah, and it's a winnable game. ULM, not that great. Arkansas State, possibly winnable. We'll see. But Florida, probably not going to take Florida. You're going to open the MAC against Ohio. And then, of course, week 5 at Lake Huron, we get to host Southern Michigan again. And that rivalry game, and you dodge the Alpacas this year. And, of course, as usual, you're closing out against Ohio Western. So do you think, where do you see a win here? Are you going to beat one of these schools?
I'm going to beat you, and then I'm going to beat Arkansas State, and then we're going to beat UL Monroe, and then we're going to beat Florida.
Oh, my God, no.
We're going bowling, baby.
I'll say you get your win against Eastern.
No, we're gonna get 6 wins this year.
Yeah, right.
I'm doing it. I'm freaking doing it. 6 wins, we're going bowling.
Got kind of a weird schedule here. We have 2 Warrior Birds going at it. We have the Gamecocks and the Ninja Ducks here. Lake Huron going at South Carolina. The only reason I'm playing South Carolina is I just feel like they don't get a lot of attention there in that SEC East. So I'm like, well, I'll give South Carolina some love here. And then we think we can win this game. We're going at Rice.
It's a little sneaky little play because if you win, you can unlock Texas.
That's a huge deal. And Rice, you know, they're an academic school. They don't always have the best football teams. We are going to host Appalachian State. And then from the west side of the conference, we're going to draw Ball State and Southern Michigan. So then 2 bye weeks in a row. And then we close out with the MAC East, and we get to go at Alpena this year, number 11.
Those 2 bye weeks could be kind of a blessing or a curse. You could either get real rusty in week 8, or you can come back well rested. The Alpacas kind of had a letdown season last year. Ohio Western, of course, took them behind the woodshed and beat them for the MAC championship, but they are looking to make a statement this season. Obviously, in conference is a little weak, so the out-of-conference schedule, they're going to go Notre Dame and BYU.
And TCU. I notice a theme here. I don't know if there's any rationale behind that, but...
Oh, God, yeah. There's religious colleges.
I don't know.
Oh, the black magic? They're going to go all Satanism on them?
I don't know what the deal is with that. I think it's just a coincidence, but...
I don't know.
It's just a coincidence.
What are the Bankies up to?
They're up to something. Alpena at Ohio Western in week 7. So as you guys see here, Ohio Western is ranked 7th, Alpena 11th. So Ohio Western actually is the top dog in the MAC heading into this season, and they're going to close out against Lake Huron.
Number 7, Ohio Western, trying to match as best they can Alpena's strength of schedule, but as we see, it's a C for Ohio Western. They're going a little conservative. C for conservative here. Florida State on the road. This is a big game for them. Good statement game coming off of a nice bowl victory on January 1st. Yeah, so we got a New Year's Bowl where they take on Marshall at home. A little bye week there in week 3. Vandy week 4. Then another bye week.
Maybe can we find somebody tougher than Vanderbilt? That would be a good matchup. You could do a rematch Boston College. A rematch Cincinnati. That'd be a good one.
I like the Cincinnati idea. Yep.
Cincinnati.
I think that's cool.
Maryland.
No, I like Cincinnati.
Mississippi State.
I think the Ohio thing's a good idea.
Okay, we'll roll with that.
Yeah.
Doesn't move the needle, but still a C. And they're gonna so yeah, get the home and home going with Cincy. I like it too. So we'll see if they can get revenge. Ooh, a rivalry game at Miami of Ohio. Rivalry. All right. And then they close with all of the Michigan teams in a row.
That's a nice travel schedule for them. They got week 11 all the way to 14. So, yeah, up to Michigan, back home, back to Michigan.
That's what the MAC's all about.
They stay in Michigan.
They save money on travel fees.
There you go.
That's what we do here.
All right, guys, that's going to be it for the off-season video. We're getting ready for season number 3. Next process here for us is to create your prospects. And as you know, in this series, we accept Patreon prospects. And if you'd like to become a patron, my patron link to my page is inside the video's description. Would you like to do an open submission this season, just like we did last time with Leviticus Skittle, Quandale Dingle? I think that would be a good idea. So post in the comment section below. We're going to run it the same way. We'll do another little open submission. Your player will have to get the most likes out of what we scroll through. So you're kind of, what is this? McChicken?
Henry McChicken. No,
Wow.
I didn't type it in.
Okay, well, you've got a very strange humor, man. So, yeah, you're throwing me off here right now. But if you guys would like to become a patron supporter, go to that link. Consider donating. Depending on your dollar amount, 3, 5, 10, or 20, better the player. Keep in mind, if your player does come over here to Southern Michigan or Lake Huron, they will be nerfed in their overall rating. If you go elsewhere inside the MAC, like Henry McChicken, like Ball State, go figure, Cardinals, he would still remain that rating. So 75 for $20, 65 I think for 10, so on and so forth. But for open submission, post your guy, post the player name, position, top 5 attributes, play style, height, weight, number, that kind of thing in the comment section. And if you guys get the most likes, then we're likely going to take your player and put him in here. So that's the next process for us. We'll probably be going live on Saturday night for the Alpena freshman rename. And there was talk about Ohio Western getting freshman renamed. We could probably consider that, but post it in the comments section below if you would like Ohio Western to be opened up to freshman renaming. But we will not be doing any freshman renaming on Southern Michigan or Lake Huron, so just a little FYI. So really what we got going on is mostly focused on recruits here for the next episode, and we're going to be moving forward with Season 3 by next Wednesday. So you have anything else to add about maybe Henry McChicken?
Nope, nothing.
I love the example, though. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next one. As always, thanks so much for watching, and peace.